Yo, so, oh gosh, the most wildest, gosh, my voice is dying. So the most wildest thing just happened this morning, so I woke up far earlier than I normally do. And the reason why is because I heard my dog breathing. My little Mika, she was just like breathing a lot, and I'm like, "Yeah, are you good? Are you good, fam?" So I slowly walked up to her, and I was like, what you doing? Turns out she was giving birth. So that's how my morning's going. I literally sat there and I was like, you know what? Okay, I guess I'm just gonna... I gotta be... What is that called? It's like something... It's like being like the... It's like being the person who's there to help deliver, and you're like the nurse, but not really. I was just sitting there being like, yo... A miracle of life. I saw it happen. Like a freaking... There's a sack around the dog, the puppy, and then it just bursts out into an explosion, and then my dog, she just like, okay, time to lick your face off, and I'm like... What the frick? And I was just sitting there, and then the puppies, like... They loud, so if at any point during this stream, if I for some reason like just stop talking and I get up from away from my chair, it's probably because I gotta check out on the poopies, because they're literally just born today. Anyway, sorry, I just wanted to blabber on about that because I love my dog, and I was just like, I just thought she was fat for like a while, but then after a while I'm like, oh no, yeah, she's definitely pregnant. So we got 3 poopies. 2 of them I think are boys probably, and then 1 of them's a girl. They all look the same. They all have like this brown fur color. They're so cute. I wish I took a photo. Okay, well I do have 1 photo, but I don't think that's appropriate for YouTube because it's literally just coming out of the, you know. So anyways, what are we doing today? Love advised. I'm the least qualified person. You want to know why I know this? It's because I didn't decide to stream on Valentine's Day. I knew Valentine's Day was yesterday. But I was like, for like the few idiots that probably will take my advice, maybe I should just stall it for a day. And I know no one will take my advice because everything that I'm going to say right now, bonkers, insane. This stream is probably gonna be a little short but hey, let's get it. So, love advice. Ignore that last part. Ignore the fact that I said that I'm not qualified. I'm totally qualified. I write romance all the time. Granted, it's mostly in stories that are horror related or sci-fi, with just like a little flavor of romance, just to add a bit of, you know, tragedy, you know, such, oh my gosh, whoa, someone's gonna die today. Anyways, but I know a thing or two about love. I know a thing or two about romance. Granted, only fictional, but that's qualifying me enough? Probably. I don't know. So, today's checklist. Outfit ideas, gift ideas, dating ideas, pickup lines, emergency plans, that's very important, and a follow-up after your date. Now, all of these things you might think, why do I have to think about these beforehand? I just ask out a person who I want to date, and then I go on the date. Look, if you don't put effort, then your date's gonna think that you're a loser. Do you want that to happen? No. So you have to put a little more, you have to like spice it up. You gotta think ahead. You gotta bust out the charms. You gotta make yourself look like the most desirable person in existence. You have to like freaking rizz them up here. I'm here to help you all. So, outfits. If you land the date, you have to come up with like a good outfit, a really good outfit. And let's start with the very first suggestion that popped into my cabeza. Look, if you can pull this off, you sexy. If you can pull this off, if you could pull this off, then that means the person that you're going on a date with, they don't care about your appearance, they just care about you. And if you're funny, it adds to the charm. And trust me, there are some people out there that are low-key a little interested in the whole clown jester getup. I know I'm one for example. Like it bust out a freaking like bust out the squeaky nose. I will no, I'm not gonna make those jokes. But yeah, just like, hey, if you could pull this off, people will want to get with you any day of the week, and you'll be the most sexy. And then by the time you get out of the costume and then you wear regular clothes, people will be like, oh, it's a little boring, but now this is a whole new charm to you. Suddenly I'm like, wow, I'm kind of more attracted to you. So bust out the clown one. Next thing. Masks are hot and mysterious. Right. There's a reason why there's like a whole like demographic on like TikTok. So like people, they bust out the masks. They wear like smexy outfits. They have like the chains. They have like leather jackets and stuff like that, you know. But like, hey, we already seen gas masks way too often. We already see a plain old like porcelain doll mask. We've seen all of that. All of that. Bust out something that no one has ever seen before. So bust out the horse mask. Yeah, biker helmets too. Like, yeah, freaking like the masks, they're attractive, but they're predictable. So bust out something unpredictable and it will make you just that much more alluring. Trust me, it will make you so much attractiveness. People will just look at you being like, ah, it's horsehead dude. But low-key, motherfucker kind of fine though. I kind of want to know what's underneath. And you want to know why. You want to know why I know this besides the mystery being the hot part. You want to know why I know people will still find this attractive even if it doesn't even have to be a horse. But the reason why I chose a horse is because of this. Look, if people can find this thing attractive, then that means your chances of wearing a horse mask will also bust up your chances. So that's another outfit idea, busting out a horse head. But if you want to go this route, you could also just, you know, just basically just buy like a freaking horse costume in general. If you want to go, either way works, man. Some people are into minotaurs, some people are not. Trust me, bro, trust me. You don't knock it till you try it. Next outfit, a classic. Trust me, it's a classic. People like a maid outfit. A collar and a leash, sure, why not? Go for it. People will. And look, let me tell you why this is a classic. Anytime someone wants to like woo another person, a good way of doing it, a good way of doing it is just by busting out an outfit that'd be like, oh, hello, master, how you doing? And then the boom, you got them hooked. You got them hooked. Plus, it also shows that you're responsible. It shows that you know how to cook. It shows that you know how to clean. It shows that you're tidy, stuff like that. So, if you wear them all the time, perfect. Then that means you're used to it, and that means the person that looks at you, they're gonna be like, ooh, I'm so attracted to you 24/7. Bites lip emoji. But yeah, that's another one. And like with the leash and collar, that's just a weird optional one. Don't question it. Don't question it. It's like, it's the whole master roleplay, you know? People are into it. People will be into it. Trust me. Next one. Look, we all are born naked. I literally witnessed my dog give birth. Everything is born naked. Some things have fur, some things are just skin. Sometimes just going all the way birthday suit. All the way. Yeah, happy birthday to my doggies. I love them so much. But yeah, birthday suit, Look. Don't knock it till you try. Look, there's some spaces probably in the world where nudity is completely fine. And if it's fine, then go on a date there. It will work out 40% of the time, most likely. What the frick is that? Oh, okay, we're fine, sorry. I had to look back at my doggies, they're good. I keep on like hearing like the dogs are gonna distract me all day. Okay, but yeah, birthday suit. Perfect. There's some spots you can go to, and hey, you gotta show off what you're packing, what you're giving, what you're like rocking with. People will look at you and be like, oh yeah, you're not hiding anything from me, so I can trust you. And low key, kind of hot though. Next up, so if you want to go the opposite route, if you are a little shy, a little nervous to show off too much skin, then just go full out bodysuit. It can work out for most people, and sometimes some people are into like the Slenderman look. Faceless face, look like a mannequin. It works out for most people. So hey, if your person is a bit of a freak, they might be like, yeah, I'll give this a try. I'll give this one a try. And actually, wait, speaking of people being a freak, look, there's people out there, not me personally, there's people out there that like horror villains, slasher killers, stuff like that. If you were to come out dressing like, I don't know, Ghostface, Jason, Mason, Leprechaun, even, probably there's probably a market for that. Some people will like it, so don't, like, just give it to them, present it to them, and then they'll be like, oh yeah, I'm totally into that. Stick some needles in your face. There is a demographic, and look, listen, the freakiest of people tend to be the most interesting to date. So if you match their freak is what I'm saying. Match their freak, or else you're gonna lose them. Do you want to lose them? No. You gotta hit them, because like first impressions are everything, people, which is why outfits is one of the main sections that we're talking about. First impressions are everything. You have to show off what you got and what you're rocking with and what you're doing. I keep saying rocking with. I gotta think of better vocabulary. Anyways, you gotta show them off. You like that you're willing to go above and beyond for them, and that you're willing to look amazing on the first second that they lay eyes on you. Now, if it's a Tinder date, they probably already know what you look like because, you know, they saw your photo and they're like, oh yeah, swipe, whatever words. I don't know how freaking dating apps work, but just they see you then and they'll be like, oh yeah, I know what to expect. But then boom, you hit them with this. You hit them with like a slasher appearance and they're like, oh my, why am I? Okay, you're right. Okay, maybe there's levels to this. Start off slow. Start off with ghost face costume because it's still a little random, but at least a little more tolerable. And then when you want to rank it up, maybe on the second date, then you can go full out like pinhead, and then boom, they will probably want to pluck your little pins and be like, oh, hello, sexy. Okay. Oh, I forgot I added this. This is my type personally. What I want to see, if I'm going out with a woman, I want her to be in a wedding dress immediately, but I also want her to look dead and blue. Corpse Bride up in here. Second option, Sleepy Hollow dude. Freaking Johnny Depp. Low-key, I got a crush on Motherfricker when I was young. Yeah, the second date is when you unlock the pinhead. But yeah, freaking just look like a nerd or look like a bride. That's my type personally, but we're not talking about me. You guys aren't here to date me. I'm just here to help you with your advice. I just wanted to add this for the funsies because this is so funny. Okay. Now that we got that all over with, you guys know how to dress up. You gotta look spiffy. You gotta iron out your outfits. You gotta look stuff like that. But here's the thing. You can look the part, but you have to also give them a treat. And the reason why it's important to have a gift ready, especially on the first date, is because it will leave a much more stronger impression. It's like those dating sims where you always, like at the end of every interaction, you have to give them a gift. And a gift that usually they like. And then that will boost their like relationship points. You basically gotta do that. And also think of it like a dog. Pause on that. Think of it like a dog, where like whenever you give a dog a treat, you're slowly training them into like be able to be like, oh yeah, every time I get given a treat, I sit down, or every time I sit and they give me a treat, it's my reward. So with your love interest, every time you give them a treat, they're like, oh my gosh, boost points. I kind of want to give them a kiss. So gifts are important. But here's the thing. You have to pick the correct gift. You have to pick the right gifts. Because if you pick a boring gift, no one's gonna like you. These are bad gifts. These are boring gifts. Flowers, been there, done that. A necklace, ring. Bro, ring is too strong, especially on the first date. A necklace, it's kind of cute and whatever, but what if your date already has a necklace? Like me personally, I'm always wearing a necklace. I don't want to replace that. So to them, they'll probably see it as a burden. Let's be honest. And then cards, they're boring. They're boring, okay? Chocolates, I mean, chocolates are fine. They're fine. I mean, like, they're good. But like when it comes to like these gift box chocolates, sometimes the feeling can be gross if you think about it. Some of them are good, some of them are bad. So never trust it, okay? Look, don't talk about my dogs, man. I'm gonna be like self-conscious and I gotta look back at them. I'm not gonna do that. But yeah, never give these boring ass, basic ass gifts. Okay, a flower, maybe, but for the most part, not really. Chocolates, no. Chocolates, no, man. Just sadly, no. It just won't work out because like they either taste bad or they can't even eat chocolate. You don't know that, for example. Maybe they're on a diet. So, you want to know what are good gifts? You know what are the best gifts that you can give to your first date? Yep. These are my options for you. So, umbilical cord chargers. Man, that's so fitting for today. So, the reason why I put that one up there is because it's creative and it's useful. Everyone, they use their phones every day, every single day, and if you don't have a charger, then you're screwed. Because then how are you going to continue on with life if you got no charger on hand? You're basically just going to be sitting there, crying to yourself, being like, my phone is dying, I can't watch my YouTube. But if you come here, bust out the umbilical cord charger and give it to your love interest, they're going to be like, oh my gosh, not only is this gift useful, but it's creative because it's not one of those basic ass wires. It actually looks kind of cool. So, give it that one. Second option, a pet rock. Now, the reason why a pet rock is because it's a lot better than giving them an actual animal, because some people, they probably don't want the responsibility of an actual living creature. But a rock, however, it still gives them the companionship that they need. They can still name it, and they can still take care of it. Very much, they can wash it, they can give it some airtime by putting it near the window. I had a pet rock, and I love the thing. Granted, it ran away. How did it run away? Don't ask. Don't ask. I just moved one day and then suddenly it just rolled away and I'm just gonna cry to myself to sleep. But yeah, a pet rock, it's much better than a regular pet and it's less of a burdensome. Next option, a bucket of lava. And the reason why this would probably be at the top, this would be S tier, honestly. This would be an S tier gift. And the reason why I'm saying this is because It shows how dedicated you are. It shows how dedicated you are to your love interest. And yes, a cobblestone generator. It will be useful as frick as well. So with a bucket of lava, not only will it show your love interest that you're capable of doing anything for them, but it also shows the flames, the warmth of your heart. It shows that you're like so, like your heart is on fire every time they think of you. So when you give them this bucket of lava, they're like, oh my gosh, not only can I make cobblestone and maybe obsidian at some point, but it will probably get rid of the lava, who cares? But it shows me that you have this burning passion for me, and it shows that you care for me. So I'm going to care for you in return. So a bucket of lava, top of the list, honestly, if you can get it. I highly recommend it. Next one, a head scratcher. Now, it's probably like, this one is probably like the bottom list kind of thingy, you know, it's like very low tier, it's like a good gift, but it's not the best gift. And the reason why I added it is because low-key is kind of fire. I'm not gonna lie, I just want to preach my appreciation for it, man. Every time I scratch my own forehead with the freaking like the head scratcher, I'm like, Oh yeah, and then the mask right there. That one I just put there because I thought it was cute. Like they can put it if they're tired of talking to you, they can just slowly put the mask down over their eyes, but they can keep the flap open so they can still see you. So it looks like they're still awake, but they're not. Bro, head scratching's like it's great, man. Like if they never experienced a head scratcher though, then it might be they might have to take their time with it. Let's be honest, because when people first experience using the head scratchy thingy massager, it makes them go ooh mode for a second, and they never want to try it again. But you have to give them some patience. Be like, okay, we did that once, and then I'm gonna give it a day, give you a second little head scratch, and then maybe you'll like it a little more. And if you do, it's a good gift, and you'll appreciate it, and it makes you feel nice. Anyways, next one. Now, another one that's at the top of the list. The souls of their enemies. This one, personally, I would love. Not only is a soul kind of cool, but it also would make a good decorational piece at your home. You just place it on your shelf, and then whenever people stop by, they're like, what the frick, who's that? And be like, oh, that's Susie. You know, Susie, I hate that bitch, but my love interest, ooh, that's a little too fast. My love interest, they gave me this soul, their soul, and now, technically, you know, voodoo magic, I can probably mess with Susie if I want to. It's a really good gift. And then there's the thing behind me, popping pearls, popping boba, that one I just put there because I love it. I'm obsessed. Okay, just ignore that one. Up above me though, look, if a pet rock isn't their speed, and they're more of like a puppeteer, they like puppeting things, give them little hooves, give them a little horse head that they could put on their fingers. You could even demonstrate it if you get some practice in, a little demonstration of how the toy works, and they'll be like, look at these little horsey, man. I got you a pony. Pause. Don't question what's my interest, okay? My interest? I'm not gonna reveal that too quickly. Anyways, but yeah, with the little hand puppets, you can show them a demonstration and they'll be like, oh yeah, man, you just helped me unlock a new ability. I can do hand puppetry, or I like hand puppetry. Puppets are cool, okay? Puppets are cool. People will love it, so yeah. That's a good gift. These are all good gifts, in my opinion. Other gifts, I don't know. I couldn't think of anything else on the top of my head. These are just like the first couple of ones that just popped into existence. And I was like, oh, I want to see everything that you're seeing is mostly I just found on Google. And I was like, hey, I'm putting them in my slide. Okay, after this, date ideas. So getting them a gift, looking the part, all of that is important. But the next important thing is what you're going to be doing. Because if you just go to like a dinner date, let's be honest, it's kind of boring. Like, sure, the first date, usually you want to go to like a cafe or restaurant so you can sit down, enjoy some food. You know, food makes you feel happy, and then you could probably open up to each other. But the downside is, well, you're gonna be stuffing your face. How can you talk to your love interest if you're stuffing your face? So we gotta think a little more creative here. You gotta get them to like dates where you can actually actively talk to them while also still doing something exciting, while still doing something far more interesting. So ignore look, I'm not a horse girl. Ignore how many horses are appearing in these. So the catacombs. Look, there's like this one rumor theory where whenever people are with someone that they're romantically interested in and they go to a place that's kind of scary, they can't help but like feel like they mistake the adrenaline feeling for the feeling of love for romance. And plus, they can also cling onto your arm. So if you take them to the catacombs, you gotta be respectful about it, though. Be respectful. It's still, you know, there's dead people on the walls. You gotta be respectful. But if you take them there, not only are they going to be learning about history, not only are they gonna think you're intelligent, but they're also gonna know that you're brave. They're gonna know that you're like, that you're willing to do anything, and they're gonna be there that you're going to be there to protect them. And they're gonna be like, man, all of this is fascinating. All of this is kind of creepy. And low-key, I'm kind of glad that I came with you, because otherwise I probably would never, because like, also, who would come here regularly, right? This would be like such a balls out of the wall. What's the word I'm looking for? Such an unexpected date that they're gonna be like a little low-key impressed, but also a little confused of what would happen next. And the interest and the fear and the uncertainty is what makes them wanting to come back for more. But if you don't want to mess with the dead, it's understandable. I completely understand. Amusement parks. Now, that one's basic. However, amusement parks on a mountain. Look, if you're a horse girl, enjoy your horsies. Enjoy your ponies. I almost fell off a horse, so I have bad history. Anyways, a mountain amusement park. The reason why is because I actually went to one before. These places are actually kind of fun. I will not lie. They're cool. They're really cool. Like the one that I went on like the freaking this one right here, where it was like we're basically there's just like a big cliff and we're just swinging in circles. It's cool, all right, and it also sparks back the. I don't know if these are all the same park, if I'm being honest. I think they're probably multiple random ones. But anyways, I went to a park like this before, and I was like, man, this is like the coolest. And like you go on a gondola. Is that what it's called? A gondola? A lift? It's basically those things where like you're alone, and it's better than like a Ferris wheel because you're alone and you're going up the mountain to the fun part. But while you're there and you're alone with your love interest, you can not only see the beautiful view down below. If they're scared of heights, pause on that. But not only will you see the beautiful view down below. Yeah, I went to that one. I went to the one in Colorado. That was. It was so fun. Okay, sorry. I went there with family. It was like there's even a hot springs. Anyways, I'm on a tangent. What was I saying? The gondola lift things. So not only are you alone with a person, but it's such tight quarters, right? You're there together. And yes, it's a little scary. Yes, it's a little nerve-wracking, but then you can embrace each other. You can hold each other so tight, be like, oh, I love you, baby. I can protect you. If we fall, my body will be there to like shield you. Hello. Basically be there, like basically just be there. Oh gosh, wait, I realized something though. If they maybe reconsider the gondola idea if they watch the movie Frozen, and I'm not talking about the Disney movie Frozen, I'm talking about the horror movie one, and it's a little different because it's a lift with chairs rather than like a whole shelter kind of place, because they might think that they're gonna get stuck and then they might fall to their doom and they get eaten by wolves. Not a fun time. However, let them push through their fears, and yeah, and low-key, man, like the freaking roller coasters, like the two people can hop on them, I'm pretty sure, and you can like hold her from the back, hold him from the back. I don't know who the frick your love interest will be, and just like squeeze them so tight and be like, oh, I love you so much. And like again, as I mentioned with the catacombs, it still gives you that fear response where like they're feeling scared, but they'll mistake the feeling for love. Next one on the list now. Oh yeah, this one is to the moon! Balls to the wall. If you got that good cash money, go to the moon. Be an astronaut. Like plus, and also it will eliminate one of your problems. You don't have to worry about outfits because you're already having an outfit. It's your astronaut outfit. Not only will you look smart and look professional. Of course, you need the money for this, but like, not only will you look professional and stuff like that, but you look handsome, beautiful, out of this world. Granted, your face is covered, but look, it's the same with the horse mask. The mystery makes it look more alluring. And look, if you feel like the moon is too boring, then go stop by a black hole. Look at the black hole. Doesn't it look like the most romantic thing in existence? It sucks in things, and it absorbs it into itself. It probably crushes it, but it probably fuses the things together. And then, so beautiful. And the moon, look. People always go on moon candlelit dinners where there's like the moon high above the sky. I feel like it would be much more romantic to be on the moon itself, okay? So if you were to like go on that date there, it would just be rocket shipped to your heart, bro. I don't know what I was saying there, but basically it would just be 10 times more effective, and it would be much more useful because then you're like, oh yeah, look at me. I took you to space. I bet you never went on a date like this before because, like, trust me, probably they're past ex-lovers. They probably just be like, oh yeah, let's go to the park. You know, let's go to the park. Let's go to like this lovely lake. I set up a cute little picnic and the moon's in the sky. Now I'm taking you to the freaking moon itself because I love you that much. Now, granted, for a first date, still a little weird, still a little random, probably pricey, most definitely pricey, but worth it because to the moon. Minions, man, minions, bro. You just have that confidence and they'll love you. Next up. I personally would not go here. The deep sea. Now, granted, will our tiny little bodies be able to go down that far? No, not really. We'll probably implode. We'll probably die. But that adds to the romance. Now, if you're in like a submarine that can probably handle it, then good. Good, perfect, epic, amazing. Maybe, who knows. Not only will you see creatures that you'll never see on land because, well, they're aquatic, obviously, no duh. But like, you'll see them in a whole, like, they're far more different because they have to evolve in a way to, you know, live in the dark. They have to either have a little light on their little forehead so they can lure little people in. They have to have like weird sensory. Well, they all look just creepy, okay? They all look creepy, but they're adapting. And the reason why I'm mentioning this, because then you could do a pickup line on your love interest being like, yo, yeah, love is stupid. Love is idiotic, but it's so amazing. So when you're undersea with your lover and then you're seeing all these crazy ass fishes, you'll look at your lover and be like, yo, my love for you will constantly be evolving, even when the lights are dimmed, even when there's no light in sight, even when the food is so far away. I will figure out a way to evolve so it will grow much more stronger. I don't know, I'm going with that. I'm not good with pickup lines, okay? And like, look, it's pretty, like, if you go into like a bathing suit, it's like kind of cute. And look, also, plus another factor too, because all these aquatic creatures look ugly. Okay, that's a little offensive, I'm sorry. But because these creatures look physically unattractive, it will amplify your own appearance. It will make you look 10 times more hotter. So, pretty good, pretty good. Next up, the back rooms. Look, the reason why the back rooms is because the back rooms, you got a no clip in there. You just basically fall down, you fall somewhere, I don't know, phase through a wall, and then somehow end up here. And granted, the back rooms are usually, I think they're a space that only one person is stuck like alone. But let's say that you aren't alone, and let's say you do go in there with your love interest because like a rule allows it or something. That means you guys are stuck together forever. And nothing's more romantic than running away from creatures that want to kill you for no reason at all. Plus, you'll see plus the back rooms, it's such a huge, so much stuff. There's so much stuff to explore. There's so much stuff to see. There's so many liminal spaces in general. You could probably pick up like a freaking, I'm pretty sure, I think there's like something in like the whole lore where you could pick up a Game Boy or something, and then when you play the game, you suddenly get transported to like an arcade or something along those lines. You'll be able to visit multiple places. It's like a constant vacation. People will like that, like, bruh. Are you in the back rooms? like plus you could be like, yo, we in the back rooms, but I want to get in your back room. No, don't use that pickup line. That one was awful. That one was terrible. That was bad. Plus, also, again, like I mentioned in the way beginning with the catacombs, fear unlocks the feeling of love. It just makes them more interested with you. So, back rooms, it's unpredictable. It's shocking. You'll be trapped forever. And that's cool. Speaking of being trapped forever, though. Your basement. Look, nothing says I love you more. Sorry. Nothing says I love you more than just being like, yo, you're so precious to me that I want to keep you forever. So I'm going to chain you in my basement. Like, look, nothing screams out love more than that, if you ask me. Plus, you can add whatever you want. Felony, maybe. True love, nothing can stop it. Not even a prison. Not even can police. Plus, it will just, and look, your basement, as long as you spruce up the place, not make it look as, you know, bad as these examples, but like if you make it look pretty nice, you know, arguably pretty good, you know, fancy up the chains, maybe add some fluffy cuffs to the chains, so you know they're not that painful to wear. And look, eventually, your lover, your love interest, your date, they'll fall in love with you. They have no choice. They will have to fall in love with you, or else they will die and perish, or they'll be locked up without any food in existence. They will just be stuck there with no entertainment, with no one to talk to. And okay. The basement demons, The basement demons, they're your wingman. Come on, think, people, think. They're your wingman. They'll threaten your lover, being like, yo, if you don't love this person back, we're gonna eat your face off, so you better love them. And then your lover's gonna be like, okay, I'll love them. I'll love them. So yeah, that will work out beautifully. Next up. So, pickup lines. Pickup lines. Pickup lines. Pickup lines. So, personally, I'm not that great at pickup lines. Ooh. Ooh, look, I'm not good at pickup lines at all. Every time someone asks me to think of a pickup line, I'm like, oh, wait, hold up. Give me like a whole day to think of something. But I'm terrible at them. So, what's the next best thing you can do? Google them. Google funny pickup lines, because look, the reason why funny pickup lines, they always work. They're cheesy, they're stupid, they're kind of creative, but they're kind of weird. Like, it will work for you, man. Don't investigate me. Don't investigate me. And like the cheesier, the funnier, the better, the funnier, whatever the words. Look, you could try doing the flirty romance thing, being like, hey girl, you find like a snack, I want to eat you up. Like those ones, they're kind of sexual harassment if you ask me. They're a little too much. They're a little too strong. So if you do a little more funny stuff, a funny approach, it will be much more tolerable. It's much more easier for them to digest. And all these pickup lines, again, I found them on Google. I have not read them beforehand. So they're probably really bad. And if they are, we're gonna rank them, okay? We're gonna rank them. There's either S, B, or F. These ones are the only ones that matter. It's either they're really good, they're really bad, or they're just like medium level where they're tolerable, but they're not really that impressive, if we're being honest. I gotta move that out of the way because it's literally hovering on top of the chat. What the frick? So yeah, pickup lines. I have not read them beforehand except for like one, so I deleted that one because I was like, what? I didn't even get it. So pickup lines. We gotta do this with our best Riz voice. I got none. Okay, so, well, here I am. What are your other two wishes? That shit ass. What the fuck? Sorry, that's pretty creative, actually, if you think about it. Because then, this pickup line, it's implying, man, I gotta explain it. That it's like explaining a joke. It's not really that great. Wait, girl, are you a sunflower? Because I want to collect your sun. What the? Sorry, I had to read that. Okay, but like, with the one that we're focusing on though, this one's basically implying that, yo, homie, I got a genie and I wanted to wish the perfect date, and the perfect date is you. You know, that one's not that bad. It's not that bad. It's not that good, but at the same time, it could, I'll say S for now, because it's pretty creative. It's probably unexpected to hear, but it's not the best. Also, hey, hi Creep, I didn't realize you were there. Was good. Creep is gonna be following us during this whole pickup season. Next one. Hey, my name's Microsoft. Can I crash at your place tonight? I don't get that one. What? Oh, no, wait, I get it, actually. Oh, that one's stupid. Okay, that one only makes sense if people are old. If your date is old, then it would make a lot more sense. I'll put that one, low-key, that one's B, in my opinion. B for bitch ass. I'm kidding. That one's okay. It's okay. Be like, hey, my name's Microsoft. Can I crash at your place? But also that one's kind of also sexual harassment if you ask me. Actually, now that I think about it, you're right. Actually, now that you think about it, it's kind of like first date wise, be like, oh, let me go to your place. Like, pause. First date, you don't smash immediately. Not now. Like, that's usually like third date or something. At least I think, according to movies. Like, you gotta take your time with it. Freaking weirdos. That one kind of sucked. You're right, actually. And plus, also, my name, Microsoft. Bruh, your name is probably something. It's probably something as generic as Bob. Bruh. Nah, shaking my head. Oh, wait. If they're a robot, that changes things. If they're a robot, that changes things. Huh. Look, people, I never went on a date, period. Okay, wait, that's a lie. I did went on like one date, but look, I'm so bad at romance that it never goes past the first date because I immediately chicken out. So, single life forever, and honestly, I appreciate it. Why are you taking my advice on love? Again, because that means I'm more logical. Me? Logical? Wow. Anyways, but if the person is a robot, reconsider that pickup line. It might actually work. Next one on the list. Do you like raisins? How do you feel about a date? What? Do you like raisins? How do you feel about a date? What the frick does that one even mean? I don't get it. Wait, do you like raisins? Raisins? Huh? Honestly, you know, fair point, man. If your love interest wants to watch WALL-E, it's a really good movie. And also, it's a little romantic because the robots fall in love. So it works out. There's this pickup line solely because of the fact that I don't get it. I'm putting F. What the frick does that mean? Are you a raisin? Huh? What? Am I stupid? I'm probably stupid. Ignoring that one. Who cares? There's something wrong with my cell phone. It doesn't have your number in it. That's a classic. That's a classic. But because it's such a classic, it's also predictable and boring. So it's B for boring. But it could probably work on some people. It might work on some people. Who knows? No, I did not. I literally just Googled them and I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna read these until they appear. Until they appear. Oh gosh. They'll be like, hey, I want to get no, I'm not gonna say these jokes, man. I'm not perverted. I'm not perverted. Okay, sorry. But yeah, the cell phone one, look, it's a classic, but it's boring and it's stupid. And also, here's the thing. What if they just don't have a phone? Like, okay, I know it's like modern times. I know it's modern times. Everyone got a phone. But like, the chances are, what if they just don't have a phone? That could happen. Who knows? Maybe. Okay, that, you know, fair point, man. Honestly, like when it comes to like people nowadays, everyone got a phone. Plus, they might just give you a fake phone number, so that pickup line's not gonna work. Plus, also, if you're already on the date, what's the point of asking for their number if you probably already have their number? So yeah, kind of crappy, kind of ass, kind of terrible, bad. Ugh. Next up. If I could rearrange the alphabet, I'd put you and I together. That one's also a classic and also boring. Boring. Bruh. Look, if this was back in the day when people never heard of this pickup line, they'd probably be like, oh, that's kind of cute, but also it's kind of stupid too. Because, like, who would want to rearrange the alphabet? It's been concrete. It's been the same thing for years. Okay? A, B, C, D, E, G, blah, 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 blah. You know, all that stuff, man. I know my alphabet. No one wants to change it. No one wants to rearrange it because then you have to switch the stupid song and no one wants to do that. So, actually, frick that. It's not even B anymore. It's F because that's... I don't know why I'm getting heated over this, but it's true. I'm gonna get heated over that. It just sucks. It sucks. It's terrible. It's a bad idea. No one wants to rearrange the alphabet because then all the kids that already learned the alphabet, they have to relearn it? No! That's a burden. I know you don't have the power to rearrange the alphabet, but if you did, people will hate you. People will hate you as much as the person who invented math. Loser. Okay. Aside from being sexy, what do you do for a living? Cry. I'm kidding. Honestly, you know what? Not that bad, but it's definitely not S. It's definitely not S. Because, like, you're complimenting the person. You're like, A. I should do. I did a hear me out like for like 1 second and I just said King Creole, but I don't want to share any more of that list because the list just gets weirder, man. Look, people's hear me out. You know the alien? No, actually no. I'm not exposing myself. Anyways, so not only are you complimenting them, but you're like, hey, I'm also curious about your life. I'm also curious about you. Oh, please share one. I'm interested. Anyone can share whatever weird hear me outs they got. I've seen worse is all I'm saying, man. I've seen worse. But yeah, forget what this one. Not only are you complimenting them, but you also want to just, you know, you're curious about them. I'm glad you understand. I'm glad you understand. It is a valid choice, okay? I watched that freaking movie for like the franchise when I was like a freaking I was like a child. So the fact that when I was young and I was still like totally what's the emote about it? It was the wrong one. What the frick? Which one was it? Hold up. I'll figure this one. Correct, but also not correct. Oh, this one. So the fact that I was like this. Alarming. Just alarming. Okay, wait, no. Okay. Distracted. This one B. It's good. It's good. It opens up conversations. It's just good though. Next up. I must be a snowflake because I've fallen for you. Actually, wait. That one might actually work on me. What the heck? Okay, look, I love the winter. I also hate the winter though, but I love seeing snow fall. The snow, like, and also like freaking, like, the snowflakes, they're like a work of art. So you're basically calling yourself a work of art. So honestly, it would probably work on me, low key. I will not lie. I'd be like, snowflakes, I love them. The cold I do hate, but Man, is that freaking time season so beautiful? It's so beautiful, man. I had snow a while ago, and then the snow just melted, so outside is not gonna be as chilly, but you know, hey, yo, facts too. If you want to take the sussy route, not only would it be like, oh man, snowflake, man, I want to eat your ice popsicle. I said I wasn't gonna be like this. I'm sorry. Okay, sorry. That one's pretty good though. It will work on me personally. I like it. I like it. Ignore me. Ignore me. I'm good. I'm chill. I'm say so. Are you from Tennessee? Because you're the only 10 I see. Don't ever try the yellow snow. I'm sorry. I hate this one. Out of all of the freaking pickup lines in the world, the Tennessee one gets on my nerves, and I don't know why. Yeah, everyone is say so if they say so. Obviously. But yeah, I don't know why. Just something about the Tennessee one. It just like bugs me, and I think it's just because like it's so corny. It's so annoying. It's just like nah, just not. It's never gonna work on anyone unless you're known to be a goofball. If you're known to be a goofball, it might be effective, but even then, it's ass. Okay, if you were a transformer, you'd be Optimus Fine. Man, I fumbled that so bad. If you were a transformer, you'd be Optimus Fine. Okay, gosh. Hey, everyone loves a goofball. So that one, okay, if they're interested in the franchise, probably yes. But if they're not, it's okay. It's fine. It's funny. It's funny. It's cool. But it's not that creative. It's kind of creative, but also kind of still boring. I'm like, you know, you're cool and whatever. But like, I feel like you could make a better like Transformer joke than that. I feel like you don't even have to like forget like use Transformer like to be like, hey, are you a mecha machine? Because I want to crawl inside you. I hate myself. Okay, what's next on the list? Are you a parking ticket? Because you got fine written all over. Honestly, okay, wait. This one is also an old classic. I like that one a little bit more. Because then it opens up a stupid conversation. Be like, yo, we hate parking tickets. Oh, no, wait, no. Because we hate parking tickets. So it's actually not that great. It's funny, don't get me wrong, because, you know, you're fine, and it's like, you know, but it means two things, being like, you're fine, like, you look fine as heck, I want to, like, take you home and give you a smooch on the forehead and hold your hand, scandalous, you know, it's that stuff, but, like, at the same time, fine also means I gotta pay up, and they might interpret that as being like, man, I gotta pay for this stupid date, I have to go out with this stupid person, I'm doing charity work. It can be seen as a little offensive, okay, maybe not offensive, but it will be seen as, I'm a broke bitch that don't want to spend my money on you. I shouldn't be swearing, I'm sorry. But yeah, never mind, that one's not that great. It's kind of just meh. It's just there. I wish I were cross-eyed so I can see you twice. It's okay. I mean, well, I would rather say this. Personally, I would say this. Man, I wish I had the vision of a freaking shark so I can see you in all angles and still be a predator. Wait, that sounded way more perverted. Hey, you guys can swear all you want. I'm trying to better myself. I'm trying not to swear as often because, like, I don't know why. I have, like, this weird rule with myself being like, man, if you swear too much, yes, you're trying to emphasize your words. But if you emphasize your words a little too much, then you might become too hooked to the bad words. I gotta be more friendly, man. I wanna be seen as friendly. I'm not. Okay, so I wanna, again, like I said, I wish I was like a shark because I watched a not even a documentary. It was like a video where it was explaining like all types of sharks. There was like hammerhead sharks. There was this other shark that looks like a rainbow and stuff like that. All of them are cool, and it turns out sharks, like, despite being predators, they have vision that they can see from like around them, right? Like just like every like freaking prey, like every prey, they can still see around them, and the reason why is because, well, let's be honest, despite sharks being very spooky, scary monster of a beast, they still get attacked by a lot of things like killer whales and stuff like that. So they're not really that impressive, but it's still interesting because they're still strong. And if you want to present yourself as someone fierce, someone strong, someone who could be like, yo, I keep on moving because I want to move towards you. Your blood is intoxicating. Okay, that makes you sound like a vampire. Okay, that one's B. I must be in a museum because you truly are a work of art. Okay, that one's S. Okay, look. Being someone who likes art, of course I'm gonna like that one. Of course I'm gonna like that one. Call me basic, call me bored. Of course I'm gonna like that one. Plus, not only are you complimenting them, but you're also, it makes you sound a little smart as well. How does it make you sound smart? Because it makes it seem like you have a reference point to museums. It makes them immediately be like, oh, they probably went to museums. They probably went to like art museums. They went to like dinosaur museums. They went to like other random museums. Maybe they know their stuff. Maybe they know they're cool like that. And they're comparing me to a museum which has a lot of information and a lot of interesting stuff. They're calling me interesting. So it would personally work. But it only, honestly, the majority of these pickup lines most of the pickup lines that I rank highly will only work if they're an overthinker. If they're an overthinker, you bagged yourself a baddie. Okay. Oh, there's another one. Do you believe in love at first sight, or should I walk by you again? Personally, I like this one. Is it S tier? Not really. Not really, in my opinion. I mean, it's good. It's good, but, you know, like, the shark one is more interesting. The shark one that I just made up out of nowhere. It's B, because then it makes you sound like a goof. It makes you sound like, charming. It makes you sound stupid, but actually, no, it makes you sound really stupid. Yeah, you're right, actually. Like, it makes you sound very stupid if you think about it, because, like, you already see each other. There's no way love at first sight will spark the second time around. But wait, hold up. You could probably make an argument for it being like, hey, in Hotel Transylvania, the Zing, Dracula, he zinged twice, right? So that means you can fall in love twice, or find the love of your life twice, so it works, mother fricker. That's such an overcomplicated trying to, like, maneuver your way to be like, yo, you will fall in love with me or else kind of move. Okay, now that we got all the pickup lines, you know your stuff, you know your materials, you look good, you know where to go. However, there's emergencies. You never know what to expect in the future. Anything could happen. Anything at all could happen during the date. Like a catastrophe. You want to know one of the biggest catastrophes that can happen while you're on a date. Hold up. Sorry, I had to look at my puppies. They're good. Okay, so, one of the catastrophes. The worst thing that could happen, and a wild X appears. A wild X appears into the frame. What do? It's awkward. It's weird. It makes you nervous. It's nerve-wracking in general. It's unsettling. You're like, oh, this is mortifying. And there's two versions of what could happen if you were to encounter a wild X. It can either be your ex, and if that's the case, get back with your ex. Get back with your ex. Look, woo them. Tell your date, hey, date, I'll be right back. I gotta talk to my ex real quick. Take them to the bathroom and then show them a good time. Okay. Go back to your exes. I'm sorry. I'm trying not to laugh. Woo your ex. Be like, yo, homie, we dated before. We could try again. Now, if it's their ex, you kick their ass. Look, it's just like that one series, that one book series, that one Netflix series. What was it called again? It's like something. I can't even remember it because my memory is so ass. Basically, where you have to defeat all their ex-boyfriends. You do that here. Defeat them, because like probably there's a reason why they're an ex-boyfriend and ex-girlfriend. There's a reason why they're like that. It's because the person you're going out with hates them. Honestly, you know what? Fair point. Yes, Scott Pilgrim. Frick my life. You guys are way better at memory than I am. Yeah, where you have to defeat all their evil ex-boyfriends, because there's a reason why they're exes, because they're either ass cheeks on ice, they're weird, or they're, you know, people just went their separate ways. If that's the case, then that's just depressing. But you gotta defeat them, because then it will impress your lover. They'll be like, oh, if you're able to defeat this person who's probably was the love of my life, but not anymore, then that means you're my new love of my life. It's like winning a tournament where like there's a champion, there's a reigning champion, but then as soon as the champion gets defeated, that new person is the champion. So they have the declaration, they have the power. So they have the power. So if you defeat the person's ex-person, they basically you win the championship of their heart. So defeat their ex. But if you, as you guys mentioned though, you can compromise and all go out on a date. Fair point, man. Like, hey, if you could hook up with your ex, maybe you could hook up with theirs. Oh, don't listen to this. Okay. Oh, I forgot to remove the other things. Let me get them. Now, let's say another weird thing happens. Let's say an abomination appeared into like freaking like an eldritch horror or an alien or something just randomly comes down. It touches down to earth and is like, yo, your lover, your love interest, I want them. I'm taking them with me, motherfricker. You know what you have to do? You lay down and cry. You want to know why? It's because you can't do anything. I'm sorry. This is the one emergency thing. You can never win. You can defeat an ex-boyfriend. You can defeat an ex-girlfriend. You can defeat all these people. But an abomination? No. There's no winning against them. Let's be honest. There's no win. You could try. You can try. Look, I have my fair share of being adopted by a crazy ass freaking shadow demon. I'm just living my life. They're my best friend. And if they tell me that they don't want me to go out with someone, they're like my father. I listen to them, okay? I listen to them. So if your like love interest gets picked up by a powerful being and they say, yo, I don't want you to date this person, they're gonna obviously listen to the eldritch person because they're stronger than you. However, if you want to attempt to like defeat these aliens, these eldritch abominations, then you have to become a god, okay? You have to unlock something. You have to like freaking unlock something. You have to like ascend basically. You have to collect a lot of worshippers basically. Make a cult, because the more people believe in you, the more power you'll gain. That's how most god, right? Like D&D logic. The more people like where they be like, oh, there's so many people worshiping this god and it gives them power. At least I think that's how it works. Anyways, but like, yeah, gods, they have power from worship. So the more you get worshipped, the more powerful you get. And then you'll become the abomination, the god. And then you could pick up your love interest being like, hey, I'm way better now. Get with me, baby girl. And they'll be like, oh yeah, of course. So yeah, that's like the only option. You either give up or you try to ascend. And trust me, both options are terrible because you're either giving up your love interest or the downside is that you're stuck with a cult. Yeah, the cult. Like and also plus at some point along the line, it's gonna be a long process, so you might fall in love with someone in your own cult. Anything could happen. So if this were to happen, you're kind of screwed. You're screwed. I'm sorry. It's just gonna happen. Next up. Well, now, this one, it's a very minor thing. Most people, they'll probably brush it off, but on the few instances that, you know, you spilled your food, you spilled your drink on someone, and they actually get so mad at you, how can you calm them down? You have to calm them down somehow. And the best way to do it is lick the freaking stuff off their clothes, okay? Look, there's a reason why we all have tongues. We use it to consume things. We use it to lick off stuff. Pause. We use it to, like, just go like, yo, I'm gonna lick you clean, baby girl. Don't worry. And then once you're done cleaning them, because you're basically a vacuum going on them, then you give them a little smoochy smooch on the cheek and they're like, wow, you're so dependable. You're so charming. You're so cute. Is this self-cessed? Ignore that, actually. I'm literally kissing myself or my past self. We ignore that now. Next up. Now, let's say that the date is becoming boring. Let's say that the date is low energy. If you didn't listen to my advice and took them onto those funny dates that I mentioned before, or if you just don't know how to spice it up because you're not confident in yourself, then here's a few here's a few things that you can do. First one. When in doubt, you strip. Okay, that's JK. Never strip, okay? Unless you're plus if your birthday suit is your outfit, then that's not gonna look. If you love yourself, self-cessed is perfectly fine. Sorry. So look, JK on the stuff. Like plus if you're already on your birthday suit, you can't strip down any more than that. Besides ripping off your skin, and do you really want to do that? No one wants to do that unless they're into that. Then maybe consider it. Gosh, it reminds me of a horror movie that I watched. Ugh. So. Next thing, break out into song and dance. Turn your whole date into a musical, basically. If you turn your whole date into a musical, they'll be like, yo, ooh, look at me. I'm so passionate about you that I can make everyone around us break out into song and dance. And if the people aren't going to be your wingman, if the people around you don't want to help you and they don't want to, like, be your backup dancers, then they're assholes, okay? Screw them. So just do a solo thing. Hold up. So just do a solo thing, man. Just like do a solo dance. And if they're not into it, then I'm sorry. They're just not the one for you. They're just not the one for you. Next one. Hit them with your best conspiracy theory. Now, Look, pickup lines, they're great. Pickup lines, they're amazing. They make your heart go doki doki or whatever, stuff like that. But if you want to keep a conversation going, a conversation flowing, you hit them with a conspiracy theory. Be like, yo, I think the earth is flat. And then it will make your love interest feel like they're smart to be like, it's not flat. And let me explain to you why. And then you get them talking. You get them explaining that, like, why. And then at the end of them, you agree with them. You be like, oh yeah, you're right. I agree now. I'm no longer a flat earther. You hot, by the way. And they're gonna be like, oh, thank you so much. You just basically, it will work out. It will work out. You want to know what conspiracy theory I would hit with them? I will say this. I think there's genuinely low-key, this one's like a basic ass conspiracy theory, but I feel like a lot of people would immediately agree with this one because it just makes sense. It makes sense. I genuinely believe aliens are disguised into our world and they're kind of just living amongst us, being weirdos, and low-key, why do they want to live here with us? We're annoying. Humanity is so annoying, but they chose to observe us. So maybe there's something in the long run that they're aiming for. That's my conspiracy theory. So I'm gonna share that with them. And hey, here, look, Among Us. Yeah, here's the thing. Let's say you share this conspiracy theory, be like, oh, I think there's actually aliens living amongst us. If the smallest chance that your love interest is an alien, they might feel more inclined to tell you the truth because they'll be like, oh, you're into aliens? Let me tell you something. And then boom, it works. It works. So it will open up the doors to things. Amazing, beautiful. I also think monsters are real, but like, who doesn't, man? Like, there's a reason why all these mythical like stories came into light. I know for a fact that there's sirens in the sea. Anyways, so for aliens, like, they're horrifying, but they're also like, they're horrifying. They're crazy. They're like, we know nothing about them, but like sometimes. They're so, look, it's the mystery. We're back to the mask topic again with like the horse head. The mystery is what's alluring, and I want an alien girlfriend, boyfriend. I don't even give a frick if they have no bodily parts, man. I just want an alien. Yeah, fair too. Like I feel like there's probably monsters in the world. There's sirens, there's Dracula or some stuff like that. They're all living amongst us. Don't question me mentioning horses. They're all living amongst us, and they're probably disguised as humans, and they're probably feeding on us at night, or probing us. Who knows? Anything could happen, man. I would date Dracula. Okay, next emergency. Next solution for if the date gets boring. Easy. This one's like the most, honestly, this should be at the top of the list. You glue your phone to your forehead and play Subway Surfers. Look, if Reddit stories can be played in the background and have this also being playing at the same time, it just triggers something in our brains to be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna pay attention to you now. Ooh. And then you can just yap basically. Just say anything that comes to mind. Be like, oh, I like the color yellow because it reminds me of sunflowers. It reminds me of the sun. It reminds me of the bucket of lava that I gave you for a gift. It reminds me of the color of your eyes. If they don't have yellow eyes, then it doesn't work. But yeah. And like it works out. Plus, also, the reason why the forehead instead of anywhere else is because it's closer to the eyes, so it tricks your mind into thinking that they're making eye contact with you. But you know that they're not making eye contact with you. Okay. Next up. Manipulate. Girl boss, gatekeep, whatever the frick, gaslight, manipulate. Basically, tell them a sad story. It doesn't have to be a real one. Just make up a story, be like, oh, I'm crying. I lost my sock today, and it was my favorite sock. The sock I had since I was a child or some random ass stuff. And they'll be like, oh my gosh, you're really sad? Let me hug you. And then boom, you got a free ticket to getting an embrace from your love interest. They'll hug you and you'll be like, oh, this feels nice. This feels so nice. So tell them a sad story. Tell them a sob story. It will make, not only will it give you like sympathy brownie points, but it will make them more interested in your life. Because then they'll be like, oh, you have such a tragic life. And look, some people, they like the people with, some people they're into tragic stories because they're like, oh, I can fix you if they think you're broken. Or they'll be like, oh, I wanna heal you, because you know, some people are like that. Some people are people pleasers. So if you ever encounter a people pleaser person, then just tell them a sob story and they'll be hooked. They'll be wrapped around your little finger. So that'll happen. These are my top recommendations. Now, all right, bust out the pocket rat. Look, what the frick is a pocket rat? Everyone's home. Whether they like it or not, there's a chance that, well, someone would get a mouse in their home. If that were to happen, I would grab the mice, be like, yo, let's Ratatouille up in here. put you in my pocket. You will be my wingman. And let's talk. And then boom, you go to your date and be like, yo, I was so nervous for this date. I really wanted to impress you that I got myself a little assistant so you would be impressed with me. And my little assistant is my little mouse friend. And like at first, if they match your freak, if they don't match your freak, they're probably gonna be like, oh, you're weird. You're weird. But if they match your freak, they'll be like, oh, this rat is so cute. It's like a newborn puppy. Honestly though, mice is they look like newborn puppies to me for some reason. I don't know why. But yeah, freaking like be like, yo, you really wanted to impress me so hard that you wanted a mouse to control you so you would impress me on this date. I'm impressed. So yeah, plus also, it also shows off that you're a bit of a crazy person. You bust out the rat and be like, I was crazy once. They put me in a rubber room with rats and stuff like that, bro. They'll be like, oh, same, bro, same. Here's my pocket rat. And if you both have pocket rats, it was meant to be. It's better than an engagement ring. So you hold them close. You love them. Now next up, date follow-ups. I got nothing. I'm gonna be so honest. I got nothing. Look, if the date is over and everything succeeds and the date went smoothly, then you just plan the second date. It's simple as that. Now, with the first date, don't be ballsy. Don't be pushy, okay? This is gonna sound like real advice because it kind of is. Don't kiss them immediately after the first date. It might be overwhelming for some people. Give them maybe like a peck on the cheek and take them home. On the second date, maybe you can kiss them on the lips, being like, yo, and ask first, because consent, people, consent is important. You look at them, you stare into each other's eyes and be like, yo, can I give you a kiss? And they'll be like, oh, you want me to kiss you? Now, if they want someone more aggressive, you could be aggressive if you want, but like some people, they like more gentle. Some people like gentler approaches. So you'd be like, yo, can I get a kiss? And they'll be like, yeah, sure, here's a kiss. Smoochy smooch. And it might work out. Hopefully it will work out. And if it doesn't, then screw that person. Not screw that person. That's a who knows? Honestly, when it comes to bases and dating, someone tell me, when the frick is the appropriate time to screw the person? Because I don't know. I never screwed a person in my life. Like, I honestly, I should probably ask this question to my sister, because she went on dates. Maybe she'll have an opinion to be like, yo, you only ever consider to smash this person if you're on blank blank date. Maybe on the 5th date. Maybe on the 10th date. Maybe not at all. Maybe you want to save yourself until marriage. Who knows? Me, I'm doing my thing. You do your thing. We're both different people. You idiot. And I'm like, okay, you're right. I should not be asking my sister for love advice. Sorry. So, next up. Don't ask what the vibes are. Now, these are all the love vices for today. My love vice for you all today. You dress like a clown. You dress like a horse head. You give them a stupid gift. Give them an umbilical cord gift. You take them to a wild location. Take them to the catacombs. Hit them with your best pickup line. Hey, baby girl. I think you're so fine that I want to die. I can't think of a pickup line. And then you basically just always try to keep your game up. Keep the entertainment going. And that's how you get the perfect date. Okay? Sorry that this came out after Valentine's Day. If you could have used these advice on Valentine's Day, too bad. Now you have a whole year to plan your next date. Honestly, fair, man. I'm freaking like, hey. Personally, rambling is such a Riz move, because then it just shows how passionate you are, man. The more you talk, the more someone will be like, oh yeah, this person, I can't help but be like, man, they're kind of charming though. The frick? Man, they're probably talking about something as stupid as like only liking a specific type of candle because the candle just smells so nice. And if that's the case, then I will ramble about a candle if that means that my love interest will fall in love with me. That's so stupid. Okay. Now, I do have another thing planned. Kind of. Barely? Kind of. Let me pull it out real quick. Oh, my hair shrank. Ignore that. So, this one, it's just like a very little side thing. We got all your advice down. Now, tropes. I didn't even fix the thing. Hold up. Get that out of my way. There we go. We don't want to see ads. So, tropes. In love interest. If you're in a love triangle, It's okay. It's okay, because that means the more the merrier, actually. It means more the merrier. If you're in a love triangle, go out with all the people. If it's fake dating, boom. That's also pretty good, but it also can be a little annoying. Fake dating, you're like, hey, yo. Like, if you want to risk someone up and you want to trick them into falling in love with you, say, hey, I have to go to a family dinner and I need a fake date. And it might trick them into falling in love with you. So this trope might work in real life. Sports romance, look. Look, if you have look, in my opinion, every time I see anyone who couples up and they have like a romance and it sparked because like they were like a team captain or something, it never really lasts, if you ask me. Single parent. Look, if someone can still love you and you have a child, stick with them. Accidental pregnancy? What the fudge is that? Ignore that one. Bully romance. If it's enemies to lovers, it's better. If it's not, then screw that stuff. Brother's best friend. That one's a little weird. Actually, not a little weird. Actually, it can be. Look. Huh. I'm trying to think about this, because I don't have a brother, so I don't even think I can even... I have a sister, but there's no way in heck I will ever date any of her friends. Friends with benefits to lovers. Look, that's how most people start out dating, right? This is supposed to be a trope of how, whether I like them or not. It's not really working out. Workplace romance. It's a bad idea. I'm just saying. Enemies to lovers, God tier. Teachers and students, avoid that shit. Strangers to lovers, maybe. Everyone starts out as strangers before falling in love. That one is just... It's just a thing. Childhood friends to lovers. I'm obsessed with that trope. Why? Don't ask. Slow burn, it's annoying, but A. Romance, it starts off very slow. It starts off very, you know, be like, man, I love this person, and I'm too nervous because I don't want to ruin it, so I'm taking things very, very slow with them. And it can be a little annoying. It can be a little bit of a tease, but it will work out in the end. Friends to enemies to lovers. Not that bad. Age gap. What the fudge? One of us is famous. Look, if you can snag yourself a famous person, stick with them. Will you be seen as a gold digger? Of course. Accept it. I hate everyone in the world but you! Bro, if you can snag someone who is like the most melancholy person in existence, they hate everyone. Me, I hate everything in existence, but if I love you... You got yourself a real one? Okay, that's a lie. Like, honestly, though, freaking, like, if someone were to ever date me, they'd probably be, like, overwhelmed with being like, man, why do you like me, but you hate everyone else? And I'm like, look, I'm just a socially awkward person. Motherfricker, just be glad that I chose you. That's only saying if I ever get a date. Damn, I'm gonna roast myself. Okay. Right person, not enough time. It makes you depressed. Friends to lovers. That one's not that bad. It's not bad. It's childhood friends is way better in my opinion. Bad, good. Wait, whoa, what? Good boy and bad girl. Sheesh. Personally, forced proximity, not that bad. It's the same as like freaking enemies to lovers. Now bad boy and good girl, it's okay. Mafia romance, it can be pretty interesting. Not only do they have the money, but the fear and the excitement will trick you into feeling like you're in love. Grumpy and sunshine, it's not that bad. Bodyguard romance, it's not that bad. Right person, wrong time, it's really depressing. Only one bed, it's not that bad. Love at first sight, I don't believe it. And yeah, these are technically the rankings of, you know, romance tropes. And I did this very fast. Will I change any of these ones? Let's see. Nah, let's just stick it with that. So, if someone were to ever love you, hold them close, hold them dear. Be like, yo, baby girl, I love you with all my heart, okay? So yeah, that's my rankings for romance. And that's my advice for romance. It's the day after Valentine's. Now you have a whole year. You have a whole year to rizz up someone. So plan it now. And then by the time the next Valentine Day comes around, I hope you guys snag yourself a good one. I expect you guys to have the best person in existence. And if your love interest is in your basement throughout the entire year because you took that advice, I'm gonna call the cops. I'm not gonna call the cops. I will appraise you, okay? Merry Valentine's. Late Valentine's, but it's fine. But yeah. Now, would any of the advice that I shared work on me? Of course. Some of those gifts, I would love it. The amusement park date, I would love that. So, perfect. But you guys aren't trying to rizz me up. Why would you rizz me up? Oh. If you're in the basement, then that's even better. No. Look, if you're in the basement, you love the person. You got no choice. You got no choice. Now, if the person is really not your type though, if you're in the basement, my solution for you is just pretend to fall in love with them, and then once you put them in a false sense of security, that's when you can run. Okay? But if you are low-key a little attracted to them, then boom! Not only do you have free food, free shelter, and someone who loves you unconditionally, then live your life with them. It's gonna be the best thing in existence. Trust me, man. If someone were to kidnap me and put me in their basement, I will be scared. But low-key, maybe. Look, if someone were to kidnap me, I just hope that they're hot and rich. That's like, this is the most stupidest thing I've ever said in my life. Okay. Wait, get this thing out of my way. My hair is shrinking and growing. I'm trying to close these apps because I don't want to see them. My nose is clogged. Okay. Yoink. There we go. But yeah. Now. Yeah, become rich. Honestly, a one-way ticket to getting someone you love, get rich, honestly. Look, some people, when they're rich, they always have to worry about gold diggers. Who gives a frick about gold diggers? And you want to know why? It's still your money. You can decline. Be like, hey, honey, I want to buy this purse. And you'd be like, no. And it'd be like, okay, then I'll break up with you. And you'd be like, fine. And they'll be like, oh, okay, no, I'm staying. Because they know that they're not going to leave. They're not going to leave you. They'll be like, man, this person's rich. My life is set. I'm going to stay with them even if they don't buy me this expensive-ass purse. And look, when you're rich and there's someone you're obsessed with, then boom, they're going to immediately have some, like, bonus brownie points because they're like, damn. This person, even though they're annoying, I still kind of find them hot. And if you can't get rich, let's say you're broke. You're a broke motherfucker like me. You know, I'm broke. Then you just basically, I don't know, walk the walk, talk the talk, or something like that. Hey, yeah, fair point, man. Hey, yeah, honestly, cut the middleman. Just marry the money, marry dollar bills instead. That's so stupid. Honestly, wait, speaking of freaking money, bro, I went to the vending machine. I had a few dollars on hand, and then as soon as like I freaking put the dollar in there and I inputted like the freaking what I wanted, it didn't freaking give me the stupid candy, and I'm just like, I'm salty. This is why you want a romance partner that's good with money, because it might be toxic. But eventually they'll learn to love you, because me, I still love the machine even if it doesn't give me snacks. So even if it's a little toxic, it will work out in the end. Now look, here's the thing: if you want them to, like, now getting rich, that's a bonus. However, if you want this person to truly love you, this is when you go into freaking like badass mode and be like, yo, you should be concerned, okay? That's when you go basically, if you're rich and be like, man, I don't want them to be a gold digger though, then that's when you implement my Riz techniques, okay? This is when you take them out on dates, and then you can convince them to fall in love with you with your Riz techniques, and then they'll love you not just for your money, they'll love you for you as well. So do that both. And it will work out, probably, hopefully. You could pray. And yeah, that's all my Riz for today. Does Creep have anything they want to say? Not really, because they're a stuffed animal. They're just here. They're just here, man. Look, honestly. Look, toxicity. That's my sister, by the way. What are we talking about? Look. We're talking about the most abysmal ways. No, the best approaches to romancing someone. What's your input? How would you romance someone? Look, I'm not taking advice from anyone else but my sister on how to riz someone up, because she gets people, man, so I trust her word about how to riz people up. Anyways, but yeah, you want to riz people up? You either get rich, or you use my strategy plan, because my strategy plan works out 100% of the time. Dress up as a clown. Dress up like a clown. Take them to the catacombs. Riz them up, man. I'm repeating, now my sister's just messaging me, be like, what the frick is wrong with you? A lot of things, honestly. But yeah. I'm trying to think if there's any other thing that I wanted to input into my Riz techniques. I feel like there is, but I can't think of anything else. Hey, chat. If you love me, I will love you the same. Pause on the parasocial, though. But look, take my advice, though. Don't just randomly be like, man, I'm gonna be single forever. If you want to love someone, use my Riz techniques, and it will get you a date 100% of the time. Probably, hopefully, maybe. But yeah, that's all for today. That's all I had on schedule, and I really gotta go take a bath because I'm literally... I smell like birth. I smell like birth, okay? As I mentioned in the beginning, I was there with my dog as she was giving birth, and I love her. And it's just like bad timing because I had to stream right after. Yes, you missed everything. And honestly, you would be way more disappointed in me. There has to be one. Honestly, you know what? Another date idea. Let your significant other watch your dog give birth. It might connect you too. No, don't do that. So, but yeah, these are my Riz techniques. Follow my techniques, okay? Yep, this is a happy ending. And look. Here's the thing. With the emergency plans, you don't have to worry about someone abducting your love interest. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Just look, I'm now gonna give genuine advice. That's a lie. Genuine advice. If you truly love someone, you approach them with confidence. You approach them with sincerity. I can't even pronounce words. You approach them with sincerity and be like, yo, can we go out? And if they say no, then they're not good for you anyways. Don't cry about it, man. There's like, you know the saying, there's plenty of fish in the sea? Facts, okay? That's so true. It's so true. And, you know, plus also being single is not that bad. Like, me, I feel like I'm ace or arrow, because I don't know, I never really feel attraction to anyone. And I'm perfectly fine being single. I say that. Bro, I already said that, bro. Hold on. I already said be mysterious, and you want to know? I'm gonna show you this real quick before I end the stream, just so you know that I mentioned this. I said, yo, be mysterious, because people find mysterious hot. And the reason why I know this is because... people find people in masks attractive, and you want to know an example of someone in a mask that could be hella attractive? My sister should never join the stream, because it will derail immediately. But yeah, anyways, that's enough. That's enough for today. That's all my Riz techniques, as I keep saying. We're calling it. So if you want to use... Look, if you get yourselves a girlfriend, a boyfriend, a significant other, tell me... You could thank me, okay? You could thank me in the long run. I'm your Cupid. I'm your Cupid, bro. I'm your romance fairy. I took you to the path of romance, and now you execute it. You Riz up whoever you want to Riz up, okay? Me? Will I ever Riz up someone? No! Will I consider it one day? Probably not. Will someone be able to Riz me up? The chances are low. The death fairy, ooh. Honestly, like, romance, I love the idea of love. I love stories with romance, but romance itself, it's a little too corny for me personally, so I want you guys to live that fantasy on my behalf. I want you all to find love, and I will be rooting for you every step of the way. You hear me? I'm your biggest wing woman. I will praise your words. I will be here for you, okay? Of course. I will be your wingman 100% of the time, man. And by the time you get married with your significant other, just know I was there. And then I'll fade into the wind because my mission is done. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed, and I better not catch you dying on me. Get yourself a significant other if you want. Woo!